Poetry is like dancing, not with your body, but with your tongue. You are looking at a bunch of words on a page, but somehow they make you feel something you can't quite explain. And I have felt that my whole life. I've always liked poetry, and as a kid, I've read quite many of them in school. But now, as an adult, I read poetry for a different reason. Because English isn't my native language. In fact, 4 years ago, I didn't know how to speak English fluently. So I had to go through a bunch of trial and error to learn to speak the way I do now. But I don't want to just stop here. I want to take my ability to articulate to a higher level. Of course, reading books helps, but poetry takes it one step further. You see, thanks to the blessing of the internet, we are living in an age of more words than ever: text, comments, content, notification, emails. But somehow we are getting worse at expressing ourselves. The problem isn't that we have nothing to say, it's that we spend so much time online watching the same videos, reading the same comments, that is, it starts to feel like everyone has the same personality and everyone just sounds the same. That's why reading poetry is more important than ever. A poem at its core is someone trying to say something as precisely as possible. It's language being used at its highest concentration, just the exact words in the exact order to make something click. You can read poetry for fun, and you should read it because it's fun to read. But here is what will happen: it will change the way you think and speak. You'll get better at expressing yourself. You'll start borrowing better words for your thoughts. You'll notice rhythm in sentences because poetry trains your ear for language, for precision. And the most beautiful part is that it's compressed emotion. It says in 10 lines what would take 10 pages to explain. Now, the question is, how do you get started? Well, make it simple. Pick a book and read it 5 or 10 minutes a day. The book I'd suggest is Poetry 180. This is the first book I picked up after doing a ton of research. It's a collection of 180 poems by different contemporary poets selected to be pleasurable, accessible, and enjoyable for a wide range of readers. Each poem in this book is short enough to read in a minute, and this is actually something I was looking for. I wanted something that is inviting, accessible, and not overly academic, something I could enjoy without overthinking it. And I was right. I love this poetry book very much. And I think from now on, I'll read one or two poetry book every year. So, in a nutshell, Poetry 180 is a great place to begin for absolute beginner who want to get into poetry, or just want to start reading poetry and enjoy reading them without overthinking anything.